So good morning. I'm Molly Quinlan-Hayes with the National Coalition for Arts Preparedness and Emergency Response and the Performing Arts Readiness Project, and happy to continue this series of interviews with leaders in the field about arts organizations at a crossroads. And this morning, I'm very happy to be speaking with Deborah Gilpin of the Madison Children's Museum. We'll ask you to speak to a couple of very granular things that I think are really interesting lessons for the rest of us in the field. Talk about your how you reapproached compensation and kind of pipelines for junior staff or entry-level staff, if you would.
Right. So we pretty much threw the organizational chart out the window and said, we're a startup now. Get everybody doing the things we need doing, and then we'll figure out what departments are 6 months later. So that's a little exaggeration, but we had marketing as front desk staff and then floor staff as in education. We made a visitor services area for now, and those frontline levels were $10 an hour, which was in our region appropriate, but we bumped that up to $14 an hour. We also converted more of them to be full-time instead of part-time positions, so they get benefits. So we had known we should do this in the past. We just couldn't make the jump. So that's been a wonderful thing to do. And then now what we're doing, we recognize that creates some compression for everyone above. And we're doing a formal compensation study now with a contractor to look at the other pay ranges. And by the beginning of our January 1st next budget cycle, we will be implementing, even if we can't do it all at once in this budget level, we'll have a plan to work that, level that up. Mm-hmm.
And talk about your new kind of cross-training opportunities and how you have built that in and incentivized. Right. I think is really very.
So one of the things that happened is we lost people with really important knowledge. So for example, we had a very active facility rental program. We would have 20 weddings a year and executive cocktail hours and all kinds of things. Well, all of that is gone, and it's not back yet either, although we have a dozen people who kept their wedding deposits with us and now are going to have their weddings on our site outside, and we don't have any of that staff anymore. They're all gone, and it's not appropriate to bring them all back. We don't have the job to give them. It's not enough of a consistent job. So that's one area where we've said to everyone who's already on staff, would you like this other piece of your job as part of the hours you work to serve this other area, this revenue driving area? And they're raising their hands. And I think of this as juice. It's the thing that you don't do in your normal everyday job that is fun for you and different, but it makes you a better staff member in all ways. So anytime someone trains in a new area for a new skill, they get a pay bump, and then they become part of that larger pool of people who can be staffed for that activity.
That gives you so much more flexibility and resiliency, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see over time, as some of those people would leave, they now hold a lot of institutional knowledge as well. But what we hope it means is that more people, there are more layers for every area of knowledge.